argue value. I listen, I'm in the market to make money. 2 weeks ago, I put out a list of shorts that people should buy, and we took profits on them. Actually, most of them last week. The only one I took profits on this week, I think, was Space. And they were all grand slams. So you got to know your own greed level. Also, the assumption that everyone who bought these at $50 is all going to hold it till it goes all the way back down to $1 is a farce. I mean, these are not dumb people. Some of them, listen, human nature. Some people are going to get greedy, but a lot of people have already made a lot of money. I think the main story here, though, is that Wall Street, hedge funds, it's good. You think a stock is $100 and it should be $80? Go short. But they don't just go short. You know, they put together 50-page reports. They get to go on TV. They have their own networks, their own very powerful networks. They don't need to go in a chat room and gather 1 million people with $400.
Yeah, but
they can make 2 or 3 phone calls. So the idea that the hedge funds are being dissed or somehow disadvantaged there is a farce.
Look at the short thesis on BlackBerry, okay, an analysis on BlackBerry, and the long thesis on BlackBerry.
Right.
And then
let me tell you one thing, Charlie. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing.
I get trading out of it. Look at the short thesis on
Charlie. Let me just tell you one thing, though. Let me just tell you one thing. I bought BlackBerry in my own account. Almost a year ago.
Makes no sense. This market is.
Let Charles Payne answer. Let Charles Payne answer. Go ahead.
Stocks up.
Who cares about your thesis? Who cares about your thesis? Who are you? Who are you? Who cares about your thesis?
Guess what? Not all the money in there are smart people. There are people being led astray. It happens every few years, and it's happening now.
People were led astray when they bought General Electric at 54.
Bubble, Charles. But a lot of small investors believe Pets.com was going to be the next Amazon.com.
Yeah, and guess what?
But remember, there were a lot of people who were shorting Tesla, right?
Hold on one second.
And they looked wise. That the crowd that shorted Tesla looked very, very wise, right? In retrospect, maybe not so much, right?
Listen, we saw this with Tesla, Netflix, Amazon for years was a stock that the experts said don't buy because there was no E in the PE. Here's the thing. I bought BlackBerry almost a year ago on my own account because of the 5G technology. I just happened to see the short squeeze and take it. My broker sent me an email, said, yo, you remember this? I said, oh, golly. So there was a thesis for me to own it.
Excuse me, Charles.
I told you a year ago. What does a year ago mean to you? I said I bought it a year ago.
This stuff. And there are people that are buying.
Listen, Neil, I didn't want to do this with anybody else that would not let me speak. Okay?
All right. Well, guys, one at a time. So, Charles, you're saying, you have confidence in that people are grown-ups. They can invest in something, and it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. But they're certainly as qualified as the hedge funds who have second-guessed.
I'm not saying anybody I'm not judging qualifications. I'm judging opportunity. I'm saying who the hell is anybody out there to say, oh, you should stop being able to own
Nobody's saying that.
GameStop at a certain level.
Nobody's saying that.
I would love to be able to speak more than three seconds.
That, Charles.
All right. Well, here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Everyone has theses, right?
Raising the issue.
All right. Here's the thing. You're calling people stupid,
Charles. Is that you're calling people stupid? The volume from a settlement standpoint, and Rush Limbaugh and all these lunatics are running around saying it's a class warfare thing. It's absurd.
I tend to agree with Rush on this because you know what? Robinhood could have raised. Excuse me. I would like to talk. I would like to talk for more than 1 second, my man. Please give me a chance. I'm asking you to let me talk for a minute. Now, Robinhood raised $1 billion this morning. They could have raised that yesterday. They could have raised $10 billion. They want to go public. The insiders don't want to give up any more equity.
Because they don't have enough money for this
Neil,
settlement.
I'm out. Please cut me off. I don't want to finish this. This guy keeps interrupting. What kind of nonsense is this?
All right. I just want to understand, guys, are you, real quickly, guys, are you for the government looking into this?
No.
Charlie Gasparino, yes or no? All right, Charlie Payne, you're not.
Look into it. I'm not for more regulation.
You agree?
I want them to make sure, though, that you can never stop. You can never short 140% of a company. I want to make sure that hedge funds can never keep shorting unlimited amounts of stock because every short is a deliberate sell, a deliberate attempt to knock the stock down, and that is not a free market.